Right, welcome back. Last time we started in the game as Bohemia with, how should I put this? History already starting to go a little strange. For example, the young king of Sweden won the Civil War, so Denmark never got Scania. England lost the British Succession War. Yeah. I haven't done much in particular yet. I did, however, manage to pass a reform, since hardly anything's happening in the HRE at the moment. Hey. I do, however, need to eventually start taking pains to remove some external members. The problem is that, well, these right here, these provinces here, are under France, which is a wonderful idea. This province right here is under Flanders, who's allied to France. Provence, well, Nizza is a vassal to Provence. Provence is a personal union to Naples. Naples, well, they're still a decent power. I don't think I'm able to actually do anything about it for the time being. Since I have to deal with not just Naples, but also Provence and their vassal Corfu, which isn't that bad. Albania, not that bad either. As well as Bosnia and Siena. Yeah, so for now I'm just gonna sit around and try to build up my economy. I think this is around enough money. I'm just gonna go ahead and claim to become Emperor, which gives me plus 30 Diplo rep and growth of the capital in Praha for 10 years. Yeah, it's now 649 ducats. Right, it's going to take a couple of years to build though. So by then, that minus 15% of construction cost will be gone, but oh well. Poll taxes. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna go cultural ideas. It does have small economic benefits, but more importantly, it gives a lot of other kind of benefits, like increased yield legitimacy, increased institution spread, cheaper ideas in tech, cheaper advisors than macro, but for now anyway. But also cheaper institution embracement costs and more prestige, as well as slightly more taxes. First idea is really one of the good ones. Yeah, I'll just take it. Pater Patrier. Charles IV, 1346 to 1378, so... yeah, Karl IV. Promoted the central role of the Kingdom of Bohemia in the HRE, diplomatically extending Bohemian lands to include Lusatia and Silesia. He also developed Prague as his capital, founding there the first university in the empire. Luxury tax. Our nation encourages people to enjoy amazing curiosity and luxury commodities from all over the known world. Now we can tax those luxuries while people enjoy them. More money! Right, legitimacy buff. And extra art power. I'm gonna try to pronounce that. Ktal Zeju Bozi Boyoniki. I have almost certainly butchered Czech here. Ye who are warriors of God. The Hussite movement marked the first country falling into control of rebels against the papacy. Their innovative military tactics allowed them to hold the country for almost 20 years, including one of the first uses of guns in the field. Religious disputes remained for 2 centuries, with Catholics and Hussites trying to gain the upper hand continuously. Plus 5% morale, plus 5% artillery cost. Artillery is not going to be useful until, well, it's not going to be unlocked until tech level 8, but it's not going to be useful at all until tech level 15. Anyway, patron of the arts, our quest toward a culturally cultivated society begins here. We shall be known as the patron of the most magnificent art of this area. Right, the effects are plus 15% global art power, unlocks the ability to build the Civil Art Academy and Opera House buildings, and plus 0.2 yearly legitimacy. So I'll be getting this legitimacy even faster than before, which is nice. Inns of Court. With the development of lawsuits to solve private disputes came an increasing need for lawyers to be educated in laws of the nation. The first such schools were called Inns of Court. Admin efficiency plus 5, or as it likes to be called in this game. Expansion capacity plus 5. Right. So Saxony and Kuhn are voting for me now, so that's a guaranteed victory no matter who manages to come into the favors of Trier, Brandenburg, and Mainz. Court of Novelties. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hussite Legacy. Keep in mind the Hussite Reformation hasn't occurred yet. The Hussites don't exist yet. While the Church in Rome gets increasingly reactionary in the face of theological challenges, we in Bohemia are much more relaxed about this. This leads us to be more relaxed towards new ideas. Plus 2 tolerance of heretics, minus 1% missionary strength versus heretics. Court of Novelties. We strongly encourage anyone willing to present new ideas or inventions to our court. Many of these come to nothing, but some are very valuable. Oh, it will speed up the spread. Banking, which is no longer coming in. Haven't still been. I need to see if anyone's actually willing to spread it to me, or at least ally me and spread it to me. I've got the Diplomatical Builder, which lets me do that. Already involved in knowledge sharing. Although this stops in December this year. This is Narboria almost done. The knowledge sharing will at least help keep this from collapsing entirely. At least until it reaches an art center that's close enough. Yeah, at least until it reaches an art center that's close enough to actually start spreading it. I guess, Milano is too far away. Well, Luca, you're very lucky right now. I think I want to ally Perugia. Besides, it gives me a view into what's going on down in Italy. I sure hope I don't lose stability from this. However, thankfully, this early on I get stability extremely easily. Who knows, might get an extra 50 stat points too. Wow, I did. Eh. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely stab up before I get to that. So. Might as well offer favors to help keep them going. Okay. I can also demote the greater nobles, lowering their power by turning some greater noble provinces into lesser noble provinces. Besides, lesser nobles are more likely to spend their money on things like actually improving their provinces rather than maintaining a large army. And sure, well, most of the time this improvement is literally farming efficiency. It's better than nothing. Or investing into local fortifications, which help rest the province away from my control. Yeah. Well, since I'm not getting much of that else myself. Yeah, I think I'll actually get the locals to contribute the rest of the cash. Although that hasn't updated in the modifier yet. Don't worry, it will. And lower some of the tax income for the greater nobles. Also for me, but doesn't mean I don't have to pay it out of my own pocket. Besides, the nobles are getting most of that money, so what do I care? This is also a province I want to bring under my wing as soon as possible. The fact is, the terrain is wooded highlands is going to make the thing a bit pricier. On the other hand, the province is also smaller. Okay, yeah, it's definitely going to be costing less. No, that's not enough, and there's definitely not enough. I'll leave it for later. The end is nigh. 972. Yeah. Okay, I gained bonus points for that. Not for wet grinding. Which unlocks cannons for me. Nice. Wet grinding was a technique used in the manufacture of gunpowder. Distilled spirits were poured over the powder before grinding it together into a paste, which was allowed to dry and then rolled into balls. In this way, the separate components of the gunpowder did not separate during mixing. And the balls resist moisture and, when crushed shortly before firing, provided gunners with a pre-measured amount of gunpowder for each shot. All this dramatically improved the ability of armors to manufacture, transport, and use gunpowder safely. Didn't even lose any stat points. This was literally the best possible outcome for that event. Actual positives. Extra points to work with, and no stat loss in any way, shape, or form. Excellent. Excellent, an extra Imperial authority. Oh joy. Sounds like a small loan. That should be paid off relatively quickly. The big issue, though, is that since I'm Catholic, I can increase the amount of taxation. Plus 2 interest per annum. So my actual interest per annum is 10%. So I'm paying 6.2 ducats per year on that loan. Yeah. That's almost exactly half a ducat per month that's going down the drain just to pay off interest. Thankfully, when spanking comes around, that's going to reduce by 2%. However, that's all way... That's still... Heck, even if I were to get a regular religion without any of that interest per annum nonsense, it would still be worse than base game, even with banking. Because that still would be 6% interest per annum, while the base game has 4%. Loans are incredibly painful to make. Get that educated ruler idea. Education must start at the top. Hiring the best tutors and most capable instructors, we shall ensure that our ruler, at least, is fully educated and prepared for the world to come. And I'd say let's get to stop here. So far not much has happened. I've been mainly making sure that I develop. Trying to compete with Wien. It's not easy though. Certainly isn't easy. England keeps stumbling and giving France even more land. Can't have to deal with that. The White Horde has already lost Crimea, of all places. We'll have immediately allied with the Ottomans. Oh. Oh, that looks nice. Lithuania grabbed land of Novgorod. Yeah, beyond that, I don't really see much change in the world now. Oh. Never mind, Bulgaria lost a big war. Good for them. Alright, okay. I'll see you again next time. Until then. Bye.